You know, I do like looking at the back of my character right now because it's like whole new armor. I've been running around with this purple dungeon armor for quite some time now, and now I get running around with blue. Now, obviously, the color itself doesn't really do too much, but you know, whatever it represents, the time investment it represents, the dedication it represents, that's really cool to me. And that's something that I've always had in many older games. And you guys probably have had this experience as well. You know, you start playing a new MMO, you walk into the first town of whatever game you're playing, you see hundreds of people standing there with like their little shops and stuff because that was a thing back in the day. And then you see this one guy who was wearing this incredible shield or this incredible armor or this certain level of like enhancement, refinement, whatever weapon with which gives like a special glow or something. You see something and at that moment you think to yourself, I want this. This is the exact thing that is going to be a goal for the next 100 hours as I level, as I play content, as I work towards wherever you get this. And then at some point, maybe hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours later, depending on the game, you get that weapon and you think back to when you were in that town. You're like, oh my god, you know, that was such a journey I went through. And then, you know, these journeys, they take you all over the place, but goal setting in MMOs is just such an important thing. But seeing someone standing there with a weapon like that, you're like, oh my god, if only I could one day have one. That's what I think armor is really important. You know, I don't think it's very important to have gear that always looks good. It's very important that while it looks decent enough, I think the associated prestige of gear, the associated knowing someone has done something, I think that is often worth more than a skin looking good. And that's why in Guild Wars 2, unfortunately, I have not really cared about my skins too much, even though it's literally coined fashion wars by most people. It's because there isn't much prestige to most of the skins, because most of the skins are either gold sync, which can be bypassed by using actual money, or are directly from the cash shop, which once again involves no gameplay whatsoever. So that's one of my main gripes with it, and that's why it's really funny, because in Guild Wars 1, you have this obsidian armor, which honestly, you know, if I look at the armors, and I might put it up on the screen if I remember to do so, but it looks absolutely garbage for a lot of the classes because you have like class specific armor. But because you know it's like this very prestigious, expensive, kind of hard to get armor, it looked good. The armor didn't look good, but you saw it and you're like, I want that. Even though it doesn't look good, I want it because of its prestige.